How do you celebrate a decade of life? Well, let me show you. My son Logan just turned 10 and I gave him an epic cake for this awesome birthday party. I recreated all the birthdays of past. Come check out how I made it. My 10-year-old has gotten homemade cakes all his life, right?
Yes.
Let's recall some of the cakes that you've had. Can you name them if you can remember? Bible Man, Spider-Man, or Spider-Verse. Basketball. Superhero, DC, for the Bowling Bird, Bad Batch, Clone Wars. And you're not gonna remember this one because you were so little, but we had a giant cake that was like your size that I made into the shape of something. What do you think? No, it was a big Noah's Ark cake because it was a Noah's Ark theme. We also did music cupcakes one year. And what else? I don't know if we counted 10, but we'll show some pictures of those cakes. But for this birthday,
It's gonna be all of them.
I'm going to put a picture or some kind of thing that represents each cake that I've made for you. But what you requested was what? Oreo cream filling. We're doing one tier on the bottom that's square, and that's going to be a real cake, and then 2 round layers that are fake or faux cakes and just decorated. But the filling for the real cake is going to be Oreo. Why Oreos? Because he loves Oreos. He loves cookies and cream. But anyway, let's get started with the cookies and cream frosting. All right, Logan, so what do we need? What are our ingredients for this frosting?
So we need some butter,
2 sticks of butter,
milk.
We'll need about 2 tablespoons of milk, maybe a little bit more depending how creamy you want it.
Oreos.
Or you can use heavy cream. Oreos. How many Oreos? 10 to 12. He doesn't want to use that many because he wants to eat them all, but it's fine. It'll be fine. You'll have extra. You need some salt, about a half a teaspoon. Vanilla, about a teaspoon, or maybe even 2 teaspoons. And then my big thing of powdered sugar. So you'll need about, I would say about 4 cups of powdered sugar, and that should be good. Let's get started. Softened butter. You wanna put it?
Yep.
Yeah, the both of them.
You got stuck.
It's gonna be so good. So we have cream
in
the butter.
And the butter.
We creamed the butter. Now we're gonna add the, not flour, sugar, powdered sugar. So we're gonna add 1. And 4. Wait, let that cream a little bit. Okay, go for it, buddy. I know the fun part that you're waiting for. You're waiting to put the cookies in, right? Yeah. Oh, I forgot to put the salt.
Wait, that's salt?
Yeah.
I thought it was sugar.
No, this is salt. Just a little bit of salt. It's so that it's not as sweet. Here. Another one. I'm just making my base frosting, which is, or buttercream, and then I'm just adding the cookies to it. So it's basically what I already do anyway, depending on, you know, if I'm making vanilla or chocolate, then I'll put, you know, cocoa powder, but this time we're making it with Oreos. We should show them what it looks like inside, nice and creamy, right? Yes. All right, before we put the Oreos. By the way, our cameraman for the day is not Daddy, but our cameraman is... Say hi, Blake.
Hi. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I keep on dropping them. That's a lot of Oreos for a day. Like 8 and 10 Oreos.
Yeah.
No joke. Don't kill them. Why are you killing Oreos?
You want to taste it?
Yes.
Let's see if it tastes like cookies and cream. What do you think?
I could taste the cookies and cream.
You like it? Little disclaimer. You should really crush the cookies before you put them in the batter, but we want it chunky, right? We didn't want it to, yeah. So here we have a vanilla cake and a chocolate cake. This is my go-to recipe for cakes. I've been doing it since forever, and I want to say that I kind of perfected it somewhat, but it's delicious. Everybody does tell me that they like it, so I will share the recipe with you guys and you can make it yourself. So you can see we're doing a vanilla and then a chocolate sandwiched in, because some people sometimes don't like chocolate cake, but Logan likes it. So I always make it half and half. Unless I'm making multiple tiers, then I'll make a tier that's vanilla and a tier that's chocolate. But this way, you know, it's the best of both worlds. If somebody doesn't eat the chocolate, all they can do is scoop it out, put it on the side, and I'll eat it. Or Logan will eat it. Anybody else will eat it. Anyway, so that's it. Now I'm gonna put this layer on top, which is tricky because actually my cake broke as I was taking it out of the pan. So that was a little bit of an issue. But let me plop this up. That was tricky. That could have gone way wrong. Normally, if I'm making a cake for a client, I would level it, I would do all that. But this is a cake for my kids. It's a homemade cake made with love from mom. So I just keep it super organic. I just love, I love seeing moms make their cakes for their kids, whether they're professional or not. I just love that. So even if it's crooked or, you know, organic looking, like I wanna say, it's totally fine. And that's what we're doing here. I will give this layer a little bit of a crumb coat before I add the fondant on top. I'm gonna do white fondant on top of this. And then I have green fondant and silver because the birthday party is those three colors, white, blue, white, green, and silver. I'm gonna let this go in the fridge so that the frosting can kind of set and not be too melty, because that tends to happen once you're, you know, moving it too much and it came right off of the machine. I'm eating all the crumbs that are falling. This is why I love making my own cakes, because I can taste as I go. Here it is, the square cake covered in fondant. Not very pretty because it's gonna get a lot of zhuzhing up, but I just made an initial like cover with fondant, and it's a pretty big cake, so it's always harder to wrap that in fondant. But again, keeping it organic, keeping it looking like homemade, like mommy made it, and not a professional. At least that's what I'm telling myself. so that I feel better, because it's not super perfect like I would like, right? I mean, come on. Anyway, so here it is. I have this, and now I'm gonna go and start putting the layers. Let me show you the faux layers. I just picked these up at Hobby Lobby. You can also order them online. These particular ones, I did pick them up at Hobby Lobby. I've ordered some on Amazon that are perfectly good. So I'm going to stack these on top. But this is my shortcut. Usually I take my fondant and I do the coloring myself, but not today. We have green and silver, and that's what we're doing for this cake. Pretty easy, right? Green, silver, or silver and green. Maybe like this, because this is too close to the too close to the white color. I think that will break it up a little bit better. Okay, I'm going with that. This is the green. The green box that I got. It's perfect for 1 8-inch cake. So this is all that I'm gonna need to cover that middle layer. And that's pretty much it. Usually you just wanna work it, make it a little bit more manageable, and then roll it out. I think as I'm doing more and more cakes for my kids, and my kids are getting older, and now I've done 10 cakes this will be the 10th cake for Logan's birthday, and 8 cakes for Blake's birthday, and 5 cakes for Dylan's birthday. I'm trying to find as many shortcuts as possible, because it tends to get just a little bit harder for somebody that's baking the cake and also planning the party, because I'm doing both at the same time. And that's why I need to find shortcuts to make it easier for myself. And it's perfect because the stores have everything that you need. And like I said again, it's just about mom's love, not perfection, right? And seeing a happy kid on his birthday. They don't care if the frosting or the cake is leveled, right? As long as it tastes good and they're having fun with their friends. The other thing I want to share, when you are going to cover, since it's a faux, you can either use to stick the fondant, you can either use some shortening or another little bit of frosting if you have leftover, and that'll work, and it'll help, you know, kind of adhere to the cake. Or you can even do just like a little bit of a royal icing, like a soft, just powdered sugar and water, so that it can kind of stick. I usually find that works really well. So here's my paste concoction. Sugar paste concoction is just powdered sugar and water, and that's what I'm going to put on the faux, just so that the fondant can adhere. And then I'm gonna flip it. This is the first time I've ever done this like this. Cross my fingers.
No.
It worked! No way! Okay. Best trick ever. Now, if you want to check out Blake, my cameraman's cake, you can check out that video. We made him a Roblox cake, and it was his version of his Roblox character. Roblox? I don't know. I never say it correctly. Okay, now I cut the excess of it. I'm gonna use this later for the bottom to decorate. See, like you can kind of smooth. It's almost like Play-Doh.
Yeah, like it's edible.
When it's on the faux one, you can smooth it out better than when it's on the cake, because you can press on it more. When it's on the actual cake, you can't really press on it. Here comes Mini Monkey, Mini Baker. Okay, Mini Baker. All right, let me put this aside, and then we're gonna cover the top tier with silver. Real cake, fake cake, top layer. And I put this stick. There's a one that's attached to this one, and then this one so that they can go in the same spot. Okay, so the layers are done. Now, time to figure out the decoration. I'm ready to assemble everything. I have all the tools, a bunch of different color fondant. I have different things to see what I come up with. I'm freestyling this. I'm just seeing how it comes out. I don't have a plan as to what things are gonna look like. I don't have templates. I'm just freeforming everything. All I know is what the cakes were and what I'm going to be using, what objects I'm going to be using for each of the cakes of his birthday. But that's about it. I'm just gonna start figuring it out, doing my creativeness, right? Let's see how this works out. And I think I'll have fun. How it's going so far. Superman, bowling pin, golf, and the little T, and then Bible Man. You don't know what Bible Man is? Look it up. There is such a thing as Bible Man, and this is his sword. So done with the middle tier. Now going on to this, which is Spider-Verse, clones, and Bad Batch. So that's what's gonna happen for the last part. And then I'm gonna zhuzh it up and add a couple of things to cover some of the imperfections, cover the bottom here with something I haven't decided yet. So, and then the top, we still have to do that. I actually found one of the original templates that I had made for Spider-Verse. The Spider-Verse cake for Logan's birthday was cookies. So each character's face was made into a cookie and put on top of the cake. So I found the template that I use. I'm gonna use this. It's just the Spider-Man one. So the black Spider-Man. So I'm just gonna kind of freeform it from here. To the final object is this one right here from the Bad Batch. This is gonna be the most difficult one, but I'm gonna get started. Logan, come in.
Look at your cake, buddy.
What? Oh, it's so beautiful.
All your birthdays. And look.
All your birthdays.
What do you think of your first birthday poster? You got it out. We have a bunch of them actually, but that's the only one. So what do you think?
Good. It's really good. I'm gonna cry so bad.
10 cakes in one. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to check out some of my other videos of how I made some of these other cakes, please make sure to like and subscribe. See you next time.